Kanye West, arguably the most influential musician of our time, just picked a side on Instagram, following the Metro Boomin Speak a Side post. Though he did this sneakingly by sharing his last feature with Kendrick, it's obvious. Using the past as prediction to the future, I trust we all knew which side he would pick, and that's due to the non-ending beef with Drake. But before we continue, hit that like button as it really helps push the video. To understand my point of view, we have to time travel back to 2008, where Obama just got elected as president, and Kanye West dropped his most adored album, 808s and Heartbreak. Here, a small bond was sparked, which then drove Kanye West to even the production of Drake's 209 song, Best I Ever Had. As a matter of fact, in the same year, the collaborative song with Eminem and Lil Wayne, Forever, was released, where they were all out-trapped by Eminem.
There they go, back in stadiums as shady spitzes blow, nuts they go.
In 2010, Drake released his album, Thank Me Later, with 2 tracks produced by Kanye West, and in addition to this, he was featured in Kanye West's All of the Lights, which remains as one of Kanye West's biggest tracks ever. The secret beef began at the Grammys when Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift's speech at the awards.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of
Drake seemingly hated the moment while Kanye West was just being Kanye West. Moving forward, Drake kept to himself until the year 2011 with the DJ Khaled single I Am One, where he voiced his thoughts including the I am the best lyricist verse, which though fits the self-praising rapper stereotype, it annoyed Jay-Z and Kanye West. Its impact somehow influenced a collaborative album titled Watch the Throne. If you think I'm drawing my own conclusions, Kanye West himself confirmed this while on tour with Drake months later. Drake had invited Kanye West to the OVO tour where he, and by he I mean Kanye West, confessed that Drake instilled the pressure in him to make the album. At the same concert, Kanye West brought up the idea of a collaborative project, and since then the fans loved it. The demand for the album was insane, and so was the marketing, with billboards raised all over the country. However, days, months, years and now decades went by without a release date for the album. I guess it's safe to say it's never coming out. In 2016, Drake drops 2 tracks, One Dance and Pop Style. Pop Style was generally overhyped as the 2 most famous rappers, Jay-Z and Kanye West, were to make an appearance. However, Jay-Z had a surprisingly short verse, and as a result, Drake completely cut them off the album. This was followed by a silly beef between Kanye West and Drake over who had a bigger pool, and the beef was more of a trolling game than an actual situation of beef. Early 2018, Drake travels to Kanye's ranch for assistance in the production of Scorpion, one of his best-selling albums, only to find Kanye West working on the album and ending up as more of a helping hand with no payment whatsoever. Drake wasn't really bothered by this, as he was gifted with a wonderful beat which he would then proceed to work on. What occurred after this is what truly gave life to the current Kanye West-Drake beef. While Drake was busy writing his verse, Kanye West dropped a troll song with the same beat he'd sent Drake.
Whoopity scoop, scoop dee dee whoop, whoop dee scoop.
Understandably, this made Drake feel betrayed and angered, but Kanye West was just getting started. Drake then announced the Scorpion release date, which was to be on July of the same year. A few days later, Kanye West announces the Good Music Summer, which was basically a series of albums produced by Kanye West, and to name them, Daytona by Pusha T, Kid See Ghost by Kid Cudi, Ye by Kanye West, a Nas album and a Sienna album. The sole aim of the release being to push Drake's album released further and to also capitalize on Drake's momentum. The Pusha T album Daytona had a few disses towards Drake, but the one that caught on the most was accusing Drake of ghostwriting, which is one of the deadliest accusations a rapper can receive. It's literally a career wreck. To prove this, it's the single most effortless accusation that dragged Drake's respect as a rapper to the ground. Moments after the release date of the album, Drake drops his very own Dappy freestyle on SoundCloud, where the cover itself reveals that Drake ghostwrote a couple of Kanye's tracks. The effects were reversed for Kanye West, as he gave credit to the writers and therefore they're not really ghost writers, and like in Drake's situations where he takes all the credit. What Drake never expected was the Pusha T follow-up diss track, The Story of Aridon. See, the last track on Pusha T's album Daytona was basically bait, and Drake fell right into his trap. In this diss, Drake is exposed to having a child he was denying, calling Drake names like a deadbeat dad, which really got under his skin. Drake had apparently got an ex-constar pregnant and couldn't face the embarrassment of admitting this, forcing him to hide the only link he had with the constar from the world. What truly angered Drake was the fact that he had shared this secret to only one person, Kanye West. From his position, he felt deeply betrayed, like any man would do. Kanye West then goes on and denies sharing this to Pusha T in any way, but the damage was long done. The explanation didn't seem reasonable, as the actions were seen as revenge for Drake's song In My Feelings.
Wakey, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never